And we're back. Alright. So, I've got rid of my hiccup. I've made a new cup of coffee. And now we can continue. And this is the big one. Welcome to Sonic ERaZor 7. This right here is the big revival, the big Kahoot, the big thingy that pretty much is the reason why I'm even talking to you right now. Because after 8 years of having the project dormant, I finally decided to make it, to give it another overhaul polish update. And this time, it's been a real deal. Obviously, the biggest reason why this update has any substance is this. Casual and Frantic mode. The two updated difficulty choices that were pretty much necessary in order to make the game fun for anybody to play. And you know what? In an attempt to make these videos not repetitive, I will make 7 be the casual playthrough and 8 will be frantic. So let's get started. So, this is ERaZor 7, and one of the biggest updates about this whole thing is the black bars. As you've just seen them opening up as the intro was starting. This whole thing is such a long story. Oh my god. Okay, one step at a time. Let's start with the new, improved story screens. Right now, the background effect is still a little bit too busy, which is why the bitrate is probably getting to shit right now. But yeah, this right here is my first attempt to make everything worthwhile about the writing. So I completely rewrote everything while still taking inspiration from where it came from. As for the last line, there's so much for a quick revisit. That is a self-reference, because ERaZor 7 started out as a simple overhaul polish update after Red Dot Sonic has discovered a bug that cannot be skipped regarding the story deck screens. And then eventually this whole update turned into a gigantic effort that took almost 1.5 years to completely get done. But it's cool how it turned out. Like here's for example vladikcomper's amazing sound tests. Like, this is just insane. He also made the black bars, obviously, you know, this wonderful effect that took way too many years of our lives. Let's take a look at the options. Gameplay style, extended cameras, skip story and Uberhub Place. These two would eventually turn into arcade mode. Photosensitive mode was basically camera shaking and flashy lights combined into one option. So it was fine-tuned a little bit more. Black bar setup, and then the 3 unlockables, which, by the way, even here, we're still not done yet. But one step at a time. We got quite a lot to talk about, so let's go. Starting with the tutorial. And oh my god. You've got no idea how much text I had to throw away for this goddamn tutorial. And even in the 7th version, there was still a lot of text that I don't really think was necessary. Hi, welcome to tutorial. We'll take it easy since there's absolutely no rush at all. Ooh, foreshadowing for what? So payload and to jump, you have to press never mind. Nobody, or almost nobody understood the joke, so I changed it to I forgot. And here, the super payload that doesn't suck. And the reason why it's only available on A instead of up and C is exactly because of this. When I hold up and press C, I want to jump. I don't know why, but a lot of people, myself included, have this tendency to like double jump while holding up. Jump dash home and get it, A up next. Yeah, even this has been changed a little. Like here, for example, you will see a small change in version 8. In human mode, fire A, blah blah blah, bullet, spikes. Yeah, right now not much is different apart from the much more improved text. Oh, but here I can actually tell you a little bit something. Hard part skipper. This is a hard part skipper. It skips parts that are hard. Yeah. Because people constantly complained about this thing having a stupid name. So, in casual, hard part skippers are friends. In frantic, they want you fucking dead. But since we are in casual, why not? Dying sucks. Sometimes I never no lies anywhere in this game. Instantly teleporting. Yep. We have gone through 6 versions right now, so by now we know how good instant teleportation is for game design. For example, you don't have to go back to the fucking thing every single time you die. Rune Place version 1. Let's not forget about it. Alternative gravity. Later known as Hedgehog Space Golf Ball. This feature was implemented. Isn't a gang hold gravity? Yeah. So when it comes to space golf, this anti-grav thing was way too complicated for me, and for a lot of people as well, which made Agony Place one of the most difficult stages in the game. So I added space golf, which has infinite air flight. You can jump in perfect 45-degree angles. And even then people were like, nah, that's too complicated. I'm just gonna use A to invert gravity. Like, there was a time when this ability to invert gravity was already removed. But then I had a couple playtesters complain about it, like, dude, I don't like this new space golf thing, so can we have both? And then we had both. You think you're pretty clever, huh? Get in the ring, loser! Okay, fine. And that concludes the tutorial. You should be able to figure out the rest on your own now. One final tip, yeah, Uberhub Place return. And now fun with Sonic ERaZor. And there's absolutely no coincidence why E, R, and Z are highlighted. By Selbi. They call me the Michael Bay of Sonic games, and in a bit you know why. Yeah, glad how in 12 years that line has never changed, but honestly, it's a good one. Why would it be changed? And now, we can finally start with the actual game, Nighthill Place. With 2 acts, Chapter 1 Run to the Hills. So, Sonic ERaZor 7. If on the surface you think this is not a huge update, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Because if you got no idea how huge this update is, then let me just introduce you to this. Do you need to say anything else? I mean, if this isn't the reason why this is the best update ever made, then I don't know what is. But yeah, in all seriousness, this was a gigantic overhaul update. Mostly on the backend side of things. Like the code was improved so significantly, it's insane. But it was basically a necessity if you wanted to have any chance of making this game not lag anymore. So once again, huge thanks to vladikcomper for making this update as good as it is. So, since we actually don't need to worry about these assholes right now, I am going to just do it normally and will not use the hard part skipper, even though I could. Even though we still have teleporting waterfalls. Amazing. The early version of the 25 double ring shield, blah blah blah. The crab meat boss. Yeah, up until now, not much is different than what you have seen in the previous 6 games already. And yeah, that's simply because Nighthill Place has been completed extremely early on. I'm sorry about that. But the good news is, starting after this boss fight, everything will be different. Oh god, I love this transition. I love it so much. And a huge thanks to my playtester Chaotic Sofa, who basically kicked my butt to make this transition as smooth as possible. Yeah. So welcome to Greenhill Place 2024. And if you are used to the previous versions, you might realize that something is different. Like the black bus. are here now. There is a constant piss filter applied to the whole thing. We have the cool music and the stage is already over. Yeah. So, Green Hill Place. It had so much work put into it, but was unfortunately like just one small act. So in an attempt to make it more interesting in the next version, it's gonna be a bit longer. Oh fuck, I still didn't have the double jump reset. I keep forgetting. Oh man. Okay, but that's not a problem. I know how to do this boss by now. I think I do. At least no more bottomless pits. Like, the game design, the game balancing has finally reached a point where we can be proud of everything. Ah, nice. And the thing you have to understand is, even if the changes on the surface don't seem big, like, every small thing that you see took at least half a day to do. Like, here. I had no more VRAM left, so I had to remove the pole of the signpost. And now it's floating. And the only reason why it's floating is because I didn't want to find any more VRAM. Sonic's not having the time of his life. Teleporting waterfalls, crab beats with exploding projectiles, and the original Green Hill Zone turned into cinema hell. Eggman's balls of steel didn't help much either. But hey, I heard they've got a bunch of emeralds nearby. It would be a shame if you were to miss your goal. The writing has come such a long way. Okay, and now I can talk about Uberhub Place a little. So, in 2011, I made the third public release and introduced Spring Yard Place, which would eventually become Uberhub Place. I was fascinated by hub worlds, but I also understood that hub worlds are pretty hit or miss when it comes to their popularity. So in an attempt to make ERaZor 7 have some more substance, I completely overhauled the entire hub world. Starting of course with this trophy gallery, which obviously is just there for decoration, but I think it's a nice way to like you know you killed this guy, you know you have 6x left. That is a lie, there are more than 6x. But you get the feeling that you are doing some progress. And the coolest part about it all, we just had Night Hill Place with 2 sub-acts. And now we go right ahead to Special Place, which is the shortest act in the entire game. Especially now that I have some training here. And oh yeah, this isn't as apparent yet, but trust me, it will be apparent once we get to Unreal Place. The hitboxes have been updated. They are now actual circles. Oh my god. You no longer have to guess about where the edge of this square is. It is now actually the circle of the sprites. And that thing right there changed everything. You've seen how insane I've gone in the ERaZor 6 Blackout Challenge, or Black Challenge. And the only reason for that was because of the square hitboxes. So yeah. This change was big. This small jump is new. So is this small jump. And that's it. Yep, that is the whole stage already. I'm not sure if anybody ever caught the joke, but the joke was we get Night Hill Place and Green Hill Place, which are gigantic levels right at the start of the game, and then the second level is this short junk to make the text that you see now land more. At least that was the intention. I'm not sure if anybody ever understood it like that, but who knows. 4 emeralds already collected and Sonic doesn't even know why he needs them. Honestly, neither do I, but how else should I hit the stage? With a parade? How about a cookie too? Give me a break here. Anyways, listen up. Don't touch any unusual monitors in the next stage. Who knows what inhumanity lies in there? Can I just say something? This is the greatest, coolest coincidence that has ever happened. Like, this W block has been in Sonic 1 since 1990 as an unused block. And suddenly, in the year I don't know, when did it become popular to call everything we got a W or an L? So yeah, this joke kinda wrote itself. But I'm glad about it. Inhuman through the runes. And since I'm in casual mode, I will actually do it casually. No reason to take it any more intensely than necessary. So this is the last time you will see the Yardrin like this. I want you, in the next video, take a look at his eyes. In the next video. But yeah, this whole section has always been the same. Minor tweaks here and there, obviously, but I mean, this part right here was done since early on, and I am still bad at it. But you know, did you ever expect anything different? And this part right here is brand new, because I was really annoyed about this whole section just being a whole left-right. So, I made it a homing attack challenge across these bats. Buzzarans, I think they're called. And then there's this guy. And check this out! I finally have a counter block so I can actually do this consistently! Amazing! Like this whole series, this whole showcase is me basically showing you how far the game has evolved each year. In a way to redeem myself from the garbage that was the first release. So yeah. We got shields that give me 25 rings if I already have a shield, which isn't that important right now because I am casual. And here it is. And this time everything is more chill. I got no rings to worry about. I got infinite times. And if that wasn't good enough, check out what happens next. Teleporting spikes! Yeah, okay, I mean we had the teleporting spike in the previous versions as well, but this is the culmination of chill. Like, suddenly I have time! I can chill! Well, okay, the one bad thing about this whole part is we can chill a bit too much, at least here in casual mode. Yeah. But even above that, we have no way to lose any rings ever. And that is actually kind of lame, because it means this section right here is technically impossible to lose, at least in casual mode. Which is why in Sonic ERaZor 8... Oh wait, I need to get to the new section now. Which is why in Sonic ERaZor 8 we actually added a cost of 1 ring per bullet. Just so it doesn't become impossible to lose. But even with 500 rings... You can see that it will take quite some time to deplete all 500 rings. And this fucking section. Here, you see this? I adjusted the height of the spikes above so that I can actually make this jump consistently now. It's the small things that make all this difference. Oh wait. Okay, 2 things at a time. First, there's the door right here, which we need to get through. And then, commonly asked question about ERaZor 7. What's the point of that ring? This is the point of that ring. All I wanted you to do is step on the spike so that you can make this jump. But every single time I see a playthrough, I was like, what's that ring for? Is there anything up here? I don't get it. So, yeah, in ERaZor 8, I specifically removed that ring again just to not confuse you guys. Alright. And by the way, the palette darkening was an ingenious idea by Fuzzy. That is not my credit, but I kept it in because I love it. And here it is. This right here is where the boss was going to be, but... yeah, this is ERaZor 7. And ERaZor 7 had one huge problem. It came out right on the Sonic Hacker Contest 2024 deadline, which means there is a lot of stuff that is unfinished, or had to be cut, or had to be trimmed, or whatever, to hit the deadline. ERaZor 8 is basically what ERaZor 7 would have been if we had some more time. Anyway, man, why didn't you listen? At least your efforts shooting yourself through a maze of spikes were pretty entertaining to watch. Really, I think you should look into being a comedian. Wait a minute. I just had an absolutely amazing idea. Let's see how you do when the camera guides the narrative. And here's my spike trophy. I love it. I don't love it yet, obviously, because Unterhub doesn't exist yet. But you don't know that. So let's just move on. To Labyrinthy Place. It has the second Y now, yes. And the reason why I named it to Labyrinthy Place is simply because it sounds cooler. It just sounds cooler than Labyrinth. So I called it Labyrinthy Place. Yeah, that is pretty much the whole reason. And now, okay, I am about to die. I'm about to cause my first death, but it's essential that you see this. This is my favorite death in the entire game. Especially because my playtester Chaotic Silver, once again, when he did a live developer commentary, he didn't know this feature was in yet. So he actually got it by accident and lost his shit, and I laughed so hard when I saw that. Well then, welcome to the P monitor section. Equals P. With the new and improved way this level works. Yeah, this was still a trap. It was only changed in ERaZor 8, I forgot. But at least we have a checkpoint over here, so that's nice. Yeah, so we take this platform and you can see two things. Like, the level is so much smoother now. Even if we have the background deformation, the wobble effect, it's so much smoother now. Here we have this suspiciously phallic-shaped thing. Yeah. And now let me show you something cool. Yeah, so normally you do this jump like this, but you can cut it short because right there's no collision. And now, the fucking poles. You know these things? They were designed so that people would jump dash through them. Like, the idea is that you jump dash, but what do I see people do in playthroughs? They touch these things, they try to spin dash, it doesn't work. They touch it again, and then they double jump in air. I didn't even know this was possible. This was a bug. But people literally were like, touch it, go about here, double jump, it is broken. And they think that is the way it's supposed to be. So in 8, I once again overworked this goddamn pole so that only double jumping, only jump dash works. Speaking of this checkpoint, the only reason this checkpoint exists is so that in case somebody dies over here, they get to see this again. But then I realized, wait a minute, that is the exact same challenge as how the level started. So I removed the checkpoint above. Yeah, and now let's do this again. Double jump in air and it breaks the pole. Okay, that was on me, so yeah. This checkpoint right here caused so much headache when it first got released, because if I stand around right here, touch the checkpoint, the camera would normally get stuck at this position, which means you would die in a death loop. So just for this one checkpoint, just this one in the entire game, there's actually some hard-coded special treatment to make sure this checkpoint would not lock up the camera. Yeah. Like, the whole thing about why a game that only takes about an hour to beat has so much years of work behind it is because of edge cases. So many edge cases that you need to take care of. It's crazy. Alright. I love it when I die because I actually fuck up and not just because I don't want to demonstrate something. Makes you realize that after all, you are a gamer. Speaking of gaming, this was the release where I added the third death digit. Because back when I first implemented the death counter, I didn't expect anybody to ever die 100 times, but here we are, it did happen. Somebody told me they died 127 times on the final boss alone, I think. So, yeah. And because it was cool, let's do it one last time. It makes no sense. It makes no sense why that even works. And here it is. The Jaws of Destiny. I love it. I love this little goober so much. And I want to say something right up ahead before I get to that section. This right here, and I don't think anybody understood what this is. This right here, this boss fight in big old quotation marks, is a spin on the regular Labyrinthy Act 3 boss fight. You know, where you have to ascend the thing while the lava is rising. This time I was thinking, how could I make it so you have to go down while the the water is rising? And I thought the best way to do that is to do this. Immediate water there, no! And there's springs everywhere that keep you pushing up, but you have to go down. No! What do I do? Oh my god! How do I do this? No! My acting skills are impeccable and you cannot tell me otherwise. Alright, no more dicking around. You do this, and then most people get crushed by these blocks, which is insanely funny. Okay, this time for real, no more dicking around. I love jinxing myself. Again, this time, no more dicking around. Alright. Get down here, land on this small platform here, jump dash, and we made it! That wasn't so bad. If only you could see your face right now, priceless. I wanna say that line right there is my least favorite line in the whole game. And the reason is simple. It's because this boss is very easy to get first try. So if only you could see a face right now, priceless. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, whatever. All the better is the next line. Well, camera crew has filmed enough material for 2 feature-length films and a spin-off series. So no more funky camera business from now on, pinky promise. I wrote this line and had the biggest fucking smile on my face. However, you have killed the mighty Jaws of Destiny, and therefore must be served the ultimate punishment. I sure wonder if anybody ever caught the UP stuff right there. But yeah, here's a mighty Jaws of Destiny trophy, who is now going to serve the ultimate punishment in Unreal Place. And now, things are finally gonna get chill. Because we have the good hitboxes. I can make this jump without a problem now. Look at this. Look at this. And I can slow down now. And I can speed up now. Which nobody knew because there were no instructions. But it's technically here since E7. And look at this. Look at how tight I can take these corners. Oh my god, the difference is night and day. It's so night and day that you can actually try to make it a speed run if you wanted to. Well, okay, that is if you're not me and totally suck at your own game. But normally, yeah, that is how I intended these features to be used. And it makes such a difference. Suddenly it's no longer this goddamn auto-scroller that takes, I don't know, 3 minutes to complete every single time. If you don't completely suck, you actually have a chance to do it in a good time now. And it's even better in 8, where I refined this speeding up ability even further. But even here in 7, like, the difference is night and day. And I know I'm not playing the Blackout Challenge in this video because I'm on casual. But it's not like much has changed in release 8 anyway, so we're not missing out much. But still, I can already tell, like, even the true BS version of the new Blackout Challenge is so much more tolerable than the old garbage, and it's all because of the square hitboxes. It's crazy. Alright, now, if I am not totally bad, can I do this? Fuck! Can I do it now? Ah, there we go. Nice. Didn't even need the last checkpoint. And of course, here's our up block. And this text right here originally used to be after the first special place. But that stage was so easy that this text was no longer adequate, so I moved to this special stage. Anyway, if I see such a pathetic excuse for what you call skill again, I will disable the checkpoints until you can do the entire stage blindfolded. Anyways, you've got all the emeralds now. Supersonic ain't gonna happen though, as this game only has 6. You go to space though. It sorta makes up for that 7th emerald. Sorta. So great. And here it is, our up block, the ultimate punishment block, or the Unreal Place block, or does it just stand for the word going up? What does UP mean? Leave your suggestions in the comments. Ooh. And now, the big boy. At least for a while it was the big boy. Sonic Place. And this time we will not see the intro cutscene, because we are currently in casual mode. And you see, one of the big things that I have realized is that, you know, the intro cutscenes where the... You did not see that, okay? You did not see that. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, so the bombs that appear in the intro cutscene, I realized the cutscene was pretty goddamn useless, because there really wasn't any reason to show that cutscene if the bombs only appeared in one part of the level. So I made it so that it only appears in Frantic and put a bunch of new bombs over this level. Apart from the bombs, the fans. And these fans, as much as I love them, it doesn't seem like people do. At least, you see, I put this fan over here in an attempt to teach players how the fans work. Like, you hold right, and as long as you hold right, you will continue being locked into that place. As soon as you let go of the right key, you get pushed away. And the idea was to teach players how this ability works, right here. But most people came here, realized, oh, there's a wall, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. Which is gonna be a problem when we realize that the bomb boss is up ahead. And here's our P monitor. And the only reason why I put this here, as you can tell, is because I wanted to make sure that this part up there wasn't completely useless anymore. That's basically it. And now, it is time for the new and improved bomb boss. Wait, no, sorry. This is the prototype version of the new and improved bomb boss. Yeah, he's back to the small thing. And here we have it. We have a big new arena with the fans, and this is how you're supposed to do this boss fight. But what do people do? They try to hurt this guy. They don't realize that he is indestructible and hurts himself. They try to avoid the fans. They keep running into this guy. They try to double jump way too close to him. Keep getting damage. Damage spills through the entire boss, and then wonder how that was even a boss fight. Well, it wasn't. So, for 8, I once again overhauled this boss fight to make it more consistent. Most importantly, removing this goddamn RNG BS. And here it is. Bloop. I love it so much. Like, especially after the transition from the crab meat boss to Green Hill Place. Like, the juxtaposition between these two is so much better. And now, Welcome to the new and improved Scar Agony Place, where we actually finally have instructional buttons telling us what to do. Sonic actually has a color palette now that is only available in this level and nowhere else. And most importantly, oh yeah, we have no bus wire game yet, that was only released in 8. But we have the Space Golf button now, which makes this stage so much easier, at least for me. Once again, I get no fucking idea why people still prefer to use this, like, lame... Like, it continues to mash the A button to make this thing work. If I hold it too long, I just go straight up. If I don't hold it, I just fall down. So, Hedgehog Space Golf. Oh yeah, by the way, these signs, obviously, they were made... they were taken from Sonic Generations. And I want to give a special shout out to Mark Jester for designing the graphics. We put this guy through like 10 revisions of this sign, so I'm really glad that we finally ended at one that looks great. Because... okay, look. This part right here sucks, because you instantly die. But like... I didn't know how else to make this stage have any lose condition. I mean, the thing about this level is... pretty much like Unreal Place before this one. It's like, you gotta do the whole thing in one try, or just keep retrying until you can make it. So, I wanted to have a lost condition, and I did that by having a few sections where you could actually die and lose all your progress. I know people hate that, but it's here. And now, this section right here is now easier than even the last one because the bombs aren't here. But I realized that this section fucking sucked for anybody who sucked with the bombs because of the RNG. So I made it casual only. I also removed the bouncing from this monitor, so you don't do this anymore when you jump into this monitor. Yeah, it's this small quality of life stuff that makes all the difference, you know? And now, finally, after all these episodes, I can finally go to the sacred place to show you something. So we go up and the true Easter eggs, the friends we made along the way. What? Were you expecting anything naughty up here? You are categorically disgusting. Shoutouts to Red Hot Sonic. He was the guy who actually made this revival possible, even if he doesn't realize it, because by him making that Sonic ERaZor video, I finally understood just how much bullshit there's still left to fix. And yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to him in any way I can. I also... Okay. I sure hope that didn't cause the recording to end. What was I saying? Yeah, so Red Hot Sonic, he's the guy who made me finally break my oath and say, okay, this game definitely needs another update. And I'm so glad for that. So once again, thank you, man. There you go. So, we almost made it. I got 999 rings now from collecting the Easter egg, which might be cheating, knowing that the bus is coming right up ahead, but... I mean, I know people still make use of the Easter egg, like, for gameplay purposes, because right before, right after you get it, is that one zigzag section. Which might be one of the most insane difficulty spikes of the entire game, but... You know what? It's there, so why not? This was changed a slightly bit, so that right now here you have the ending. And it was only kept in an attempt to not delete it, because the code was already there. Look, I get it. I really do. When I play Buswire games... Yes, Selbi, finally! You'd realize that they're called Buswire games and not Hotwire games. Yeah. Okay. When I play Buswire games, I also scream in excitement, but I'm really starting to get concerned about your vocal cords. After all, the finale is up ahead and I was really hoping we would be blessed by your angelic voice one last time. It is the final stage after all, right? It wouldn't be for the next version, but yeah. here we have it. Our 6 main trophies collected now. We got the crab meat, we got the W, the spike, the jaws, the up, and the walking bomb. And now, it is time for the big boss man to ruin our day. But first, let's see. Anything over here? Ooh, I wonder what the start will be. We will not find out in this episode, that's for sure. Finalor Place. Finalor Place? In the end. Okay. And now, before we get started, I want to do the one thing that I always do. Oh wait, oh no, I'm in casual mode, it doesn't work. I can't run laughing into a buzzsaw, that is very disappointing. And these rings also don't do anything because I'm already maxed out. You know what? This is lame, kill me. I want to do this legitimately. This would suck with 999 rings. We gotta do this for real, you know? I know I'm playing in casual, but come on, come on. No rings for me. Which technically makes this boss fight frantic, except not really. Yep. Because even without the rings, there's one difference between the two versions, like between casual and frantic. And it might not even be that obvious. Let me direct you to something. Notice these two on the left and these 2 pillars on the right. They will never spawn together. Never. Or at least I think they won't. I just want to see if it's gonna do the thing. So let's do a couple more hits. Yeah. So I made it so in casual you always have like fair rotations for these 2 pillars. One of the things that makes Frantics that much more harder is that you get like insanely unfair combinations of the 2 pillars. Like the middle one, which I think in ERaZor 8 is no longer being rolled in casual mode. Once again, it's all about the small changes. I was almost into the buzzsaw, but no problem. And now. Yeah, if you get these really easy rolls, it's no problem to get this boss done. And that's it. And... okay, one thing in advance I want to say right now. The only reason why everything is getting deleted here right now is not because it's supposed to look cool. It's because on the way back, in about a second, this stuff gets deleted. This stuff gets deleted anyway in about a minute. So, to make it all cohesive, yeah. And now, let me show you what happens if I don't kill Eggman. Yeah, he just dies anyway. Because we need to make sure this sequence doesn't break. That was an idea by Fuzzy once again, so thank you. And here it is. The big cursed capsule of doom. Which is literally just 3 of these prison capsules stacked on top of each other. And then some paint work cleaned up. So let's get started. A suspiciously Marky Jester shaped nuke. What will happen? Okay, I'm not gonna do the Sonic MBV bit again. But yeah, welcome to the Great Escape. The big escape sequence that I made specifically in an attempt to give the game a bit more end, because after the updated boss, the final boss, it was pretty short, this final stage. Hi and welcome to the tutorial. We'll take it easy since there's absolutely... you better get out of here before this whole place blows the hell up. Honestly, not really. Because I completely scuffed the balancing for casual mode, so you get like 4 times as much time as you need to make it out of the stage. So we can take it easy with this escape, really. In the original version, or like in Frantic, we got 45 seconds to beat this stage. But here you can take it easy. You got every chill in the world. Okay, so this right here is the Hedgehog Space Golf button, and it doesn't actually give you the ability. It used to give you in the original version, but as you might be able to imagine, if you're under time pressure, you don't want to have the slowest fuck Hedgehog Space Golf button that moves at about this speed right here. So I made it the button explodes, and that's it. And we already made it. And we still have 1 minute left. So yeah, I totally fucked up the balancing for this version. But that's okay. If it saves you the trouble of coming up here again, you are still a loser. Yeah, I love it. And that was the Finalor Place. Finalor Place. And, of course, our final trophy is an explosion. Why would it be anything else? Of course it's an explosion. And with that said, we made it through this episode. And we are nearly done. We only have one more version to go through, but I can tell you the next version will be the longest video of this whole series, because I will go insanely in depth. For example, in the next episode I will tell you what it has to do with this red door right here, and why it's not opening and everything, and what is behind the door. But for now, let's check out the end. The world is rescued, animals jump around and spread their happiness by jumping off cliffs. Also, did anybody ever notice that the animal in question here is Sonic? Yeah. After escaping the strange parallel dimension, Sonic decided to take one final run through the hills where it all started. Without you, this would have never happened. Now what's yours and Sonic's well-deserved party? Yeah, this ending also got a lot of votes, like these fans, which I literally only put there to explain why Sonic is suddenly getting so much speed. And in 3, 2, 1, he will do the thing, and... he fucking died. Umade, bro. No, honestly, not really. Not really. We finally here made it in ERaZor 7, and the game is finally fun and completable, and doesn't have so much bullshit anymore. It still had a few things that I wanted to iron out for ERaZor 8, but seriously, like, the amount of improvements between this version and the one we saw 8 years ago is insane. It's not even like, this is version 2.0. I need you to understand that this isn't just an update, this is a complete overhaul. And even though it does suck on the outside that some stuff have maybe always been there, like the amount of changes made for this version specifically, which also made it first place at the Sonic Hacker Contest 2024, was insane. And I'm so glad I got it. So every single person you see on the screen right now, they had a lot of doing in here. And once again, huge thanks to Red Hot Sonic for making me revive this project after 8 years. And of course, a huge thanks to the entire ERaZor 7 squad who put this update on a whole new level of polish. And last but not least, Sega, Sonic Team, Yuji Naka, thanks for making this amazing game that I could completely curse and bastardize. Thank you for playing! Congratulations for beating the game casual mode, but before you go, if you saw anything near the end of Uberhub Place, ignore it. The horrors behind that door have been sealed away for casual players. You must prove yourself worthy if you wish to enter. E for Epic, you have unlocked Cinematic Mode, the ultimate fun with a third of the screen in black. And of course it's the first unlock because fucking hell the black bars are the reason why this update even exists. At least to the scope that it eventually creeped to. So I knew I wanted to make Cinematic Mode the first unlock you get. And I know people hate it, or most people probably go to the black bars configuration or like enable this mode and then say, okay, yeah, and what's the point? But I don't care. I don't care. These two black rectangles that you see right now were fucking nightmare to get right, alright? They were absolutely horrible. Especially like stuff getting them to work in the special stage and everything, yeah. We had a lot of work still to do with this version. But yeah. So, when we come back next time, there's still a lot to show off, even technically in this version, but you will see it all anyway for ERaZor 8. So, when we come back to ERaZor 8, we will do the game one last time, and then we will get to this door. Until then, I'm Selbi, and I'll see you. Bye-bye!